Everybody, welcome back to 18 Outdoors. Hey, we appreciate everything that y'all have done, all the support, all the comments, all the prayers, for Kathy and some of the stuff that's been going on in her life, our lives. We've had a pretty rough winter as far as some medical stuff. But anyway, everybody knows all these sickness and stuff been going on. We've both had something once or twice, and then, of course, had my eye issue. But again, we appreciate everything. If you haven't liked, subscribe, please do. You don't know how much that helps us. That helps a lot, and we really appreciate it. So today, this is January 4th. You've got a little over a month left in deer season. Let's talk about how you can fill them last tags, or if you've not filled any tags, or a lot of it I'm kind of relating to public land, but you can do it on private. It don't matter. So, but being January, a lot of Alabama is high intense rut action. If it's not going on right now, it will be happening before long. So, and for the basics of what you need to do right now, is there's been enough pressure, already, through the season, early season, middle season, whatever. So, and them deadgum, everybody knows, especially if you've been hunting a while, the smartest deadgum deer in the woods is them older does. Compared, of course, old big mature bucks is, next level, but the easiest deer to kill, of course, is young bucks. But so there's been enough pressure now to them old does, and the older does have moved, into thicker areas. And another part of that is, unless you have somewhere that was completely different, most Alabama, especially on the public land, there was very to little to no acorns. So you can just write that completely off pretty much. Most of the places I hunt, might have some places that have acorns. Say, bless y'all, because we didn't have any. They could be some water oaks or some pin oaks or something that's that drops some later. So could be. And then we had, and even in the middle to the southern part of the state, had a worse drought up here than we did. So the drought kind of dried out some of the upper browse, and so that could affect things. They could have to move a little bit. So the best situations that you need to do right now is to find, if you're wanting a buck, and of course if you want a doe, and there's there'll be a couple places, not a whole lot that's going to have any doe hunts. So I think Sam Murphy, of course, is either sex rest of the year. So if you need a doe, that's that's a good place. I'll go over some dates here in a minute, but really trying to fill buck tags. Kathy's got 2 left. I've got 2 left. I've passed up some. She's passed up 1. She ain't been hunting a whole lot because of some of the stuff that's been going on, and the Christmas stuff. So to find them does, the number one place to me right now, cutovers. And it's gonna be cold here later on. It's been cold a couple times. Them south side hills that's got cuts with sage stuff in them. Cutovers, pretty much no matter how cold it gets, it's got to take a lot. There's going to be something underneath that's frost protected, that's some kind of natural browse, whether it be honeysuckle, just a variety of things, just a variety of fresh browse and safety. They feel safe in them cutovers. So cutovers, number 1. Number 2 is the thin pines and stuff that's got where they cut through there and burned them and stuff. Got fresh browse, that's kind of frost protected in places. So there'll be browse in there that, the deer can get to. They'll just travel around, find them spots, and they'll bed, pretty close. So, and to find them, the sign, you're going to have to look for droppings and tracks. So that's the hardest part. So the last couple things is food plots, pastures, private land stuff that borders or is close to your public land that you're hunting, or if you're hunting private, that stuff that's got some sprouts coming up. Of course, if you've got good food plots, you'll have natural browse. And then the other thing about private land is people that's got corn out or feeding them or something, or if you're feeding them, you can kind of concentrate on that with a doe. But a lot of times, unless you're left them alone, they done got you kind of figured out maybe. So always keep that in mind. Where you're hunting at is how much pressure they've had. That way you can kind of adjust, because if it's been a lot of pressure, it's going to make it a little bit tougher. Because them does, sometimes they're sharp, but they're going to be moving a little bit, being chased. So them younger bucks kind of chase them out. So for them cutovers, if it was me, you know, I love the corner cutovers, but also if you got cutovers with terrain, say draws, you know, little points in there and stuff, bucks love using them draws because the way the thermals are, either way they can use them for scenting or they can use them for traveling them, so going up and down them. So, and I like hunting the L's, you know, so getting in without, you know, and keeping the wind to you, getting in hunting them corners, because sometimes them bucks cut them corners, or sometimes they come in them corners, stick their heads out smelling or just looking. So do that. Also, you know, you got some things you can try to do to help, or, you know, try to, you know, bring deer to you, you know, so some gullible bucks or whatever. And that's, you know, if you find an area, whether it's pines, you know, cut over, whatever, it's got some fresh big rubs, you know, a dominant buck, especially if you can find something twisted, you know, where they're breaking them off, you know, you can get into the calling stuff. So rattling right now, I mean, during an intense rut, you can do it. But if I was going to rattle this, you know, there's only a couple things I like doing during the rut. Is if they're chasing, you know, most of the time they're not going to get in a knockdown drag out. If you got two bucks chasing a doe, sometimes a buck will turn and just hit one, just, you know, knock him back and then keep on turning. So that'd be about all I'd do, you know, if you're kind of bored or quite, you know, because I recommend you spend all day hunting if you can. Every now and then you just go, or just a single, you know, you don't have to do it real hard, just, and then, you know, grunting is one of my favorite things, you know, but if you like a can call, which is a can call is very, you know, very important tool that we use, you know, Kathy uses it more than I do, but I do it in certain situations, and I always do it before a grunt. I don't never do it after a grunt. It's just, to me, especially the younger does, they don't really know what's going on when they're going into heat. So they'll do that whine. They'll do a whine because they don't really know. It's almost like they're calling for their mama because they don't really know what's going on. So, you know, you can do it like that, or you can lay it down, let that go all the way out, or go all the way up. Let it go down to the hole. You can blow through it. So you got to remember to turn it up. If you turn it down, try to blow through there, let that go down, it won't do it. It don't do it good. It does a funky noise. So let it go up. Because a lot of times I like that longer wah, you know, because that just bucks, that catches bucks' attention. So if you want to, you know, you can do that without a grunt. You know, a lot of people do that. If you're going to tie it in with a grunt, do the doe bleat and then just do a tendon. And I always, you know, the grunt call we got, and there's others that make them too. I'm not really promoting ours, but, you know, but we got them, and this is one of the reasons I like it, because I don't like something, a buck or a deer, if they hear something, and they can radar ears. You know, they don't hear a whole lot better than us, but they can pinpoint stuff like crazy. So I always use it different. So where it's like it's moving, just a tendon grunt. You can do it louder. You know, that's up to you. Or you can vary the cadence difference, or you can turn it over. That's up to you. But I tie that in with that bleat, so, or I just do the tendon, you know. But if there's some kind of daggone highly visible rubs, you know, aggressive rubs, you know, just a bunch of daggone stuff tore up, you know, to me that's a dominant buck, could be two dominant bucks, and I love doing just a loud grunt. And to me what that is, and I've heard it several times in Alabama over the years, and I kind of attribute that to the age structure is getting a little bit better in a lot of these management areas. So when you got two or more dominant bucks in the area, the one that thinks he's boss or whatever, or another one trying to challenge, they don't like other bucks in the area with their does, so they'll just a loud roar like. So I'll do that and then follow it by the tendon grunt. So killed 2 bucks this year doing that. So, and that's, I mean that's something that it can keep you kind of more engaged, or if you're getting bored, you know, something to do to help you stay in there longer. Another thing I do, and this is kind of one of them controversial targets, is does and heat scent or dominant buck scent. You know, my biggest thing is that it's easy to overdo this. You know, these kind of, I'm not, you know, I've used these some, but I'm not a big fan of these because a lot of people leave these things, they leave trash out in the woods. So, and another thing is, if you hang up a bunch of them, or if you're pouring out a whole bottle, I just don't think that's natural. So I prefer these misting cans where I can, what I'll do is I don't want anything tracking me, so I don't use drag rags because I don't like anything tracking me to the tree. So once I get to the tree, if there's any kind of breeze, and everybody's gonna say, well, you ain't supposed to be hunting like that. Well, the places we hunt, you're gonna have varying winds. So, and like right now, a lot of people's gun hunting, you can't be bow hunting. If you're bow hunting, you always be set up. If that wind goes to a spot and there's a chance a deer can get there, be set up where you have that shot. Because trust me, I've had this scent stop them long enough for a shot. Because I don't know, I mean, that between that and try to be as scent free as you can. Because, you know, everybody talks that scent stuff, and I'm a true believer that you can reduce it enough to make them think, you know. So, yeah, sure. And people argue, but listen, I mean, you can go by the basics. You can smell different stuff on people. You know, a shower or their soap changes the way people smell, reduces their body odor. So you cannot tell me that this does not affect that for a deer. You know, yeah, they can smell better, but if you reduce it, it's a lower scent. So I mean, that's just my opinions on this. And using this, what I do is get up in the tree, breeze is kind of blowing, or just a soft breeze, just one, let it mist. That's it. I don't spray myself down with, or I mean, just fog the area up, because to me, it's not natural. Because if a doe comes through the woods, all she's coming through is that scent off her personals, you know, leaving that. Unless she pees in a scrape, that's a totally different thing. But so I'm not a big, you know, the buck bombs and all that where you're leaving a bunch of scent. I think that's overkill. It just, a deer knows that's not natural. So I just use just a, you know, an hour or two later, whatever. If the wind picks up or if it changes, just one mist, and that's, you know, and that's, listen, I've done it for a long time, been doing this for a long time. You know, it's not a negative thing, you know, especially this time of year, because you've only got so many days hunting, so you're not going to hurt yourself doing that. It can, trust me, it can help you, it can save you in certain situations. So, so that's what I use. So in these calls, and that's, you know, part of it too. That's what we do. We've been successful doing it. You know, gruntings and bleatings is one of the most natural things they are in the woods. Deer, you know, Alabama, a lot of people don't hear it as much as other places, but now as the age structure changing, because people are passing more younger bucks, you know, I believe you're going to have some more of this vocalization. So don't be scared to do it. Trust me. You know, can calls, grunt calls, you know, rattling. Now I do not believe in Alabama just tearing the woods up with them. I just don't do that. Now you can take them and rub them on a tree. You know, that's natural. They do that. So you can do all that stuff and, you know, be successful, but you've got to, I mean, it's the last month basically. This video is going to come out Sunday night and try to help, you know, tips, but the last month, you know, if you're needing some public land to look at if you want to try, so I got a few listed. So let's talk about the closest one to me is Sam R. Murphy. January 9th through the 12th, 23rd to the 20th, January 23rd through the 26th. You know, that's their last two gun hunts. Either sex, 2 a day, a buck and a doe, or 1 unantlered and 1 antlered. So you can kill 2. So then you're gonna have, say, Okmulgee's gonna have, they'll have one more hunt. They're having a hunt this weekend right now going on. So 11th through the 14th January, it's buck only. You still could kill a deer there. You know, that's 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. You got 4 days. You know, you could tie that in if you want to tie in a week with some archery hunting. You could do that. You know, you could still, I've killed them in the first week of January. I don't think I've been back there that later because I usually go to a different man there, but it's still very possible, trust me. So they've had some hot, intense action down there this year. So you got Sam Murphy, Okmulgee, got Freedom Hills. Now this is gonna be, you know, Freedom Hills, a lot of deer. And, you know, some decent bucks, you know, there's some good ones. It's not gonna be the trophy, but hey, right now, I mean, if you can kill 8-point there that looks good, wear it out. 7-point, the genetics to me are not as good as a lot of places in the state, but it's a cool place to hunt. Got a lot of cutover stuff. The only negativity is not really negativity, is you got to jump through some hoops because it's a CWD, you know, zone or buffer zone. Actually, it's a zone now because I think they found one in Carver County. So Freedom Hills Zone A is 23rd to the 26th of January. Zone B, January 30th to February 2nd. If you've already killed 3 bucks, February 1st, bonus buck. So you can do that, which would be cool. And that's in the northern part of Alabama. The southern part of Alabama, you got Barber. Barber's gonna have a January 30th to February 2nd, you know, and that's a lot of people go to that hunt, and they'll have a bonus buck on February 1 also. So, and it's I think it's and 3 points per side, or 3 points on one side, restriction on it on the buck. So remember that, and there'll be a bunch of people there. You get some people from out of state come to that. There's a lot of deer there. There's some good deer there too, and they kill some good ones every year. So if you need area to hunt, you know, that's it. Also, Wheeler Wildlife Refuge. That's another good one this time of year and later. You know, they'll have a flintlock hunt. I don't know exactly what that. You can get online and look at that, because you got to get online and get a permit printed off. So, but Wheeler is a cool place to hunt, bow hunting. You know, and they've got some good bucks there, and there's some intense action going on right now. So there's a lot of private land around some of that stuff. So there's not really a food worry or concern there. And if any place is going to have acres, it'll be that place. But I haven't really talked to anybody, because there's a lot of water oaks and mixture acres, and plus there's a bunch of natural browse, because there's crop stuff that they've left there, part of the agreements, and then part of the duck stuff that they've got. So think about that. But it's a cool area to hunt. So, and there might be a couple other places that's having unique hunts in the state. I haven't thought of them, but you know, we got some weather, cold stuff coming up. You know, the deer this year to me has had to burn more calories, you know, taking care of themselves, and some of them come in a little bit lacking because of the weather. So I think you're gonna get some movement, you know, after that cold to browse up. Because, you know, the does have got to get ready, that's getting bred, or, you know, they're keep getting their bodies ready to have babies. So they're going to move a little bit. So the big bucks will be after them. So, man, there's some bigger bucks get killed this time of year. So y'all stick with it. You know, a lot of people are having a few issues, I think. So, but hey, hang in there. You're not going to kill them crying about it, or staying at home whining, or staying on Facebook whining about it. Do something about it. You know what I mean? Worry about yourself, get in there and get after it, and cutovers, pine thickets, honeysuckle patches, if you can find them, some kind of natural browse, you know, greenbrier in places, you know, and a lot of deer save areas that they know to go to. And another one is cedar thickets. They eat some cedar, and they eat on some young cedar stuff, you'd be surprised. So they browse on so much more stuff that people don't understand or don't know about. Do some research, because there's a lot of stuff they browse on they'll go to. So laurel bushes, they'll eat some of that younger stuff. So think about all that. If they're going somewhere where they could eat, you know. So check all that out. If you know, do some research or ask some people that hunt them areas a lot. But cutovers, right now, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be trying to find me a cutover somewhere. So y'all have. I hope y'all had a good New Year starting out, and get after them bucks. Get them flat. Because we'll be getting ready for next season. I mean, my brother's always talking about what kind of trip we're going to plan to do, you know, in November next year, because we're going to put in for something out of state. So y'all remember that. Grunting, can call, some rattle to an extent. Wildlife Research Center, golden estrous, just a miss. So get them flat. Good luck, and we'll see y'all. Hey everybody, thank y'all for watching the videos. Well, again, we appreciate y'all's support. If you haven't liked, please like and subscribe. And you don't care if you haven't got one of our books, check out Amazon and get a book. Also, we got a link on there where you can, on our YouTube channel, where you can go on. We got a little store set up. Like if you're interested in any kind of merchandise, shirts and stuff, you can check that out. And we really appreciate anything like that. So again, we appreciate y'all's support. You know, keep watching. We're gonna keep trying to share the outdoors and how we do some things, and try to help everybody that we can enjoy the outdoors. And you know, we do this for just basically because of the environment and the community that's involved and built around hunting. So again, we appreciate y'all. Like, share, and we'll see y'all again.